Yeah, people who are like, oh, Hollow Knight is boring, Hollow Knight, I don't see the point of the game. I just don't understand those people at all. Like, the dumbest argument that I've always seen, like, countless times again and again from, like, people in real life and on the internet is like, they're like, what's the point of the game? Where do I go? I don't know where to go. And it's like, bro, I understand that all you've ever played in your life are Ubisoft game, fucking Assassin's Creed and I don't know, your Far Cries and whatnot, but Jesus Christ, man, just like walk 10 feet and you'll figure it out. Like, I've seen so many posts on like Reddit, like Hollow Knight Reddit, where people would like reach here, like right in Crossroads, and they'll see just like this shiny thing, and they just go on the internet about it and like just post about it asking what to do. Like, I don't know what you want from people. Like, do you want people to come to your house, play the game for you? Like, even Relia made that tweet one time on Twitter. I saw it was pretty funny, where some guy was complaining that he died following Relia's tutorial or something, and then he was like, well, I'm sorry if I missed, like, I don't know, an enemy or a boss encounter or whatever. Like, do you want me to come over to your house and play the game? I just don't understand what these people want. Like, you're in Crossroads and you're complaining that you don't know where to go, and like the game is just confusing and it's a walking simulator because nothing is happening. That's crazy to me, because Hollow Knight is one of those rare games in which it's just impossible to get lost, because no matter where you go, you'll find something to do. You'll find an enemy, you'll find a boss, you'll find like a beaten path, you'll find something. You rarely, I don't know if ever, get stuck in this game where the only way you can go is one way. And I just double don't understand this logic, because it's like these are the same people who are like playing games like fucking Mario or something where it's like level based, or Celeste, which is level based, which is like amazing games, and then they see Hollow Knight, which is a 2D game, and their just brain just can't fathom that a 2D game can also be an open world, a pseudo open world game that they play all the time anyway, like Assassin's Creed or whatever. It's called a Metroidvania, where you just explore a little bit and you figure it out. But it's like, as long as these people are not getting their dopamine hit in 30 seconds, where something isn't happening, or they just have to use their brain just a little bit, they just freak out and they shit on the game and they call it a bad game. I just don't understand. It's like, you don't need map markers, you don't need stupid objectives in the top right corner telling you where to go, what to do. You don't need to go on Reddit the moment you're a little bit confused. Like, just what happened to just figuring it out using your brain? I mean, when I was young and I used to play video games, I didn't even know English. And most games, if not all of them, were in English. I didn't know English, so I didn't understand any of the tutorials or whatever, but it didn't matter. You're just sitting there on your fucking GameCube, smashing away your buttons on your fucking Super Mario Sunshine, and you just figure it out. You know, that's the fun of video gaming. I just don't understand. And, you know, what pisses me off even more is like the entitlement these people have, where they expect the game developers to just like cater to them, and they call game developers out on like not having these, I don't know what you call it, they call it easy mode, I call it the game auto playing, where they just want to hold the button and have the game played for them. It's the age-old argument that people have had with Dark Souls games and like Elden Ring or whatever, where people are like, oh, I don't know where to go, I don't know what to do, I'm just like dying to the same boss over and over again. Like, I don't know, bro, turn around and go somewhere else. I get it, your brain has been like so hardwired to just follow map markers on a shitty fucking Ubisoft game, where you just like do what you're told and you just grind away, slave away at your checklist tasks of your stupid game that you put like hundreds and hundreds of hours into. Like, your brain is like so hardwired to doing that you just can't appreciate anything that's good that deviates from that formula at all. And with Hollow Knight, it deviates a lot from that formula, and it takes a lot from Souls games and Metroidvania games, where the game expects you to use your brain. And it's not even like super complicated puzzles, it's asking you to do the minimum, right? It's just asking you to like explore, figure out your own path. I don't know, if you find a boss that's too hard, go somewhere else. You will hardly ever be stuck on a boss in this game, because there's just so many fucking bosses. There are like 50 bosses in this game, and most of them are fucking optional. If you're stuck, just go somewhere else. Just go to Reddit and they're like, you're in a stupid game, I don't know where to go, I can't find my way. I was just like, walking simulator, or like, and it's like, how can it be a walking simulator but at the same time be so hard that you're demanding Team Cherry to put an easy mode? Like, it's like both sides are so stupid. I don't understand. I don't understand the entitlement of video game communities where they just expect the developers to just cater to their stupid specific needs, where they're like, bro, you're not helping your reputation of being a basement dweller. We have such bad reputation as people who play video games for like being lazy. And now you're being lazy in your own hobby and your passion. You don't want to put the ounce of effort it takes to figure out a game mechanic, figure out where to go, or figure out a boss fight, or just anything at all. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. Like, and you know, the fucking, let's talk about the walking simulator allegations. Even if this game was a walking simulator, which is the farthest thing from the truth, why don't you just enjoy the art? Why don't you just appreciate the I don't know, walking through Holland? That's the first thing I thought of, was like, god damn, this land has like some deep, rich history. Look at all these like wagons and shit in the background, and all this industrial machinery, all this platform. Why is this abandoned? What happened to it? And then they cry again too with that aspect, because they're like, well, the world is so cryptic, I don't understand the story of it. Like, it's just so like, I don't get it. Like, yeah, bro, it's supposed to not be spoon-fed to you. Jesus Christ, the entitlement comes again. Like, it just pops out of their pants. They just can't hide it. Where they're like, well, I just don't understand the stories. Though, developer's stupid. Developer needs to make the story easier so that my smooth brain will get it. Even with reading the text, people have a problem where they're like, oh, well, why no voice acting? I've got to sit and read, and they just like power through all the dialogue. And then other people complain that, oh, game has too much dialogue. Which is again so ridiculous, because Team Cherry lets you skip most of the dialogue, as you just have to talk to the characters again and again to get the dialogue. But people just complain all the time. Like, what do you want, bro? And again, it's those people who only play, like, I don't know, Sony first party games. Like, I love Sony, I love PlayStation, I love Uncharted. There's no stakes in those games. It's like a cinematic experience. And like, yeah, it's a beautiful experience, but it's like, games can be different than that, you know? And again, it's like, I'll bring it back to Dark Souls, because that's what people cry about Dark Souls all the time. It's like, they don't understand the story of it.
Bafanada.
Like, I agree with the Zelda over here. Bafanada, it's so fucking sad. Like, those are the fun aspects of the game when the community gets together on the internet and they like figure it out, you know? Like, there's forums, there's discussions, there's a talk to be had, rather than just the same spoon-fed stupid story that you're gonna get with every game. Like, I just don't understand how you can see like this kind of atmosphere, handcrafted art and world building, call it a boring walking simulator. I've played so many Metroidvania games over the past, and like a lot of games that try to do the hand-drawn thing of Hollow Knight, and guess what? They don't even come close, because this world feels so complete and lived in. And the areas in Hollow Knight are so diverse. Like, you have like green lushes of green path, you have deep nest, you have like dream sequences in like fucking, I don't know, White Palace or whatever. You have like weird rooms like this where it's like a crying caterpillar dude with a mustache, and you just like don't know what's going on. Like, why is this dude here? Why is he crying? And then you like see all these like empty houses, and then you find a grub, and you're like, oh, okay, I rescued the grub, and the grub disappeared. And your first thought in your brain is like, wait, what about that crying caterpillar dude? And you go back to it, and he's all of a sudden fucking happy now. He's celebrating. He's like so happy his child came home. He hasn't seen his child in like 10 years. And you are responsible for his child returning, and you feel rewarded. How is that inferior to like the game just telling you like, yeah bro, rescue these 42 grubs? Or like when you go to the grub father, the game just being like, oh yeah, rescue the grubs. Grub father's sad. You need to rescue the grub. That's like so stupid. And then the game puts up like a 42 grub checklist that's just there, always there, present in your game. Like, how is that more engaging? Why is that the type of gameplay you guys want? That's like so fucking backwards. You've played, it's like the same thing over and over again in every single game ever. It's just so overdone. These, like, I don't understand these entitled people who want to put zero effort into gameplay, zero effort into figuring out what to do in the game, zero effort into figuring out like the lore of the game. I understand you're lazy in real life. Like, I understand you don't want to move a muscle, you don't want to cook your food, you want to fucking order Uber Eats day in, day out, day after day. How are you gonna be lazy playing a video game, bro? That's just like next level. At what point do you stop and look in the mirror and think, man, I've gone too far? And I know I'm taking this like way too deep, Again, this is a random rant video. I don't care if someone watches this, like fucking Reddit Andy gets mad at me for spitting these facts out here. I don't know, bro. If this video pisses you off, go on Twitter, cry about it. Maybe that'll make you feel better. Another thing too is like people like cry about the map of this game. Let me open the map of this game. So like you get this map and you have to fill it out on your own. And people are like, well, I don't know where I am. How do you get lost in this, bro? I am like an average IQ. I have of like 32. And even when I played Hollow Knight for the first time, it was obvious to me where the fuck I was. Cause you get the map and you open it and you can tell that the long room above you is like right there. It's like right fucking there, bro. And even if you don't know where to go, you just go to that big giant face exactly in the middle of the map. Like, bro, what do you want? Do you want like a giant arrow pop above your like head telling you where to go? Like it's fucking Need for Speed Underground? Like what's going on? Where's like your brain cells? It's like so sad. I'm like so concerned for these people. Like we usually get like the repetition of being nerds for playing video games, but I thought that the stereotype was that the nerds were supposed to be smart. Unlike me who's like fucking up this little skip right now. Come on, Mosquito Dude. Don't do me like that. I'm ranting over here. Come here. There we go. But like we're supposed to be the nerds. Since when did we become the dumb ones? I don't understand. Like these people can't appreciate the world building. They can't appreciate the quieter moments. They can't appreciate the difficulty when the combat actually ramps up. There's a whole fucking endgame to Hollow Knight that you can sink hours and hours and hours upon into. Just getting better at it, getting all the gold medals. What do you mean it's a walking simulator, bro? I don't understand. And now that Hollow Knight is so mainstream and it's so popular among everyone, you guys are gonna hear like so much of this when Silksong comes out. Just watch it. Like, just watch the articles, the stupid game journalist articles, the stupid fucking game journalists on Twitter crying about Silksong, that Silksong is too vague. Silksong doesn't tell you where to go. These like stupid idiots with IQ of 7 getting lost in Silksong and then complaining about it on Reddit because they didn't decide to just turn around and go another path. They're just like banging their head against a boss they don't understand, and then they just didn't like put in the effort to just do something different. You're gonna see this so much on people of Silksong complaining that there's no easy mode, because I doubt there's gonna be an easy mode for Silksong. That's another thing people confuse a lot, is like difficulty with accessibility. Elden Ring is difficult as fuck, yes, but to say that it's not accessible is just plain wrong. It's just false. Elden Ring is so accessible. You can like you can summon so many spirits to help you out in combat. You can do mage builds that make so many difficult bosses like a joke. Like there's so many mage builds where you can just do like this big Kamehameha wave on a boss and it just dies. You can summon in your friends to help. You can do co-op. That makes the game accessible. That doesn't mean it's not difficult. Difficulty doesn't always mean accessibility. And so many people are gonna cry about this in Silksong. And you're gonna see so many clickbait articles on YouTube and like Twitter and I don't know, game journalists where it's like, oh, Team Cherry cooked for like 6 fucking years making Silksong and they made a shit cake in the oven just because the game doesn't have an easy mode. Like, you're gonna see that all the time and it really pisses me off. My advice to these people is get off TikTok, get off Instagram Reels, watch fucking, I don't know, good television, some good anime, good movies, increase your fucking attention span. Try to do a little bit of problem solving, maybe take some, I don't know, reasoning classes online. But I guess at the end of the day, it's okay to be wrong and it's okay to have a shitty fucking taste in gaming. Who am I to judge you, man? And don't get me wrong, I see the cheap thrills of liking games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla or whatever, where you can just turn your fucking brain off and like just do goofy shit all the time. I completely see the appeal of that. It's the same as like trash TV. Like, yeah, trash TV exists for the reason of like mindless brain rot entertainment, and sometimes that's what you're looking for. But then when you come to a game like Hollow Knight, which is a handcrafted masterpiece, for fuck's sake, development sketchbooks of this game are in like museums in Australia. You come to a game like this and then you shit on it that it's not trash gaming. Like, that's so stupid, bro. That's like watching Oppenheimer or something and then crying that like the movie isn't like, I don't know, Texas Cop 69 or whatever. Like, I just makes me angry. It's midnight right now. I wanted to rant and I'm gonna kill Hornet for still not giving us Silksong. And that's that. There we go. Goodbye, Hornet. Peace out.